Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Smokey, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Smokey's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Smokey's been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now, as you can see, Smokey is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, and that is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Smokey take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to give is Smokey heel, and you're going to simply start walking, and Smokey should fall in line, heeling appropriately on your left-hand side. He should be keeping pace with you, and he should not be lagging behind on that leash nor lunging ahead and pulling. If he is to do so, you tell him no, followed by a tug and release on the training collar, and repeat the command to heel. We've also gone ahead and incorporated an automatic sit. And there's an example right there, and you'll see them throughout the video, which means anytime that you're out walking with Smokey and you stop, he should sit nicely at your left heel position. Again, if he does not follow through, no, give him the correction no, followed by a tug and release towards the rear on the correction collar, and give the command to sit. Now the next command that they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, and that's a hand and voice command. Use the open flat of your left palm in front of his muzzle, the one-word command to stay, and then walk out to the end of your leash. Smokey should remain seated in this position and should not break. Now this is a command that you're going to want to practice very often with him to help build up his self-control and maturity skills and enable him to sit and stay for longer periods of time. When you're practicing at home, start at about 30 seconds, and with his continued success with sitting and staying for 30 seconds, you'll increase your intervals, working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit-stay. And when Fred returns back, he's going to walk all the way around behind in a counterclockwise motion, returning so that Smokey is once again directly on his left-hand side. Good job. And you see him give him a little pet there. It's very important to keep him motivated and make it fun for Smokey, working him through his commands. You can do so by using positive reinforcement, whether you verbally praise him and tell him, good boy, you're doing a great job, or physically praising him by giving him a little pet on the head or on his belly there. But just make sure you don't go over top with the praise, because then that'll just build up his excitement. Now Fred left him in another sit-stay. He gives him a moment to hold that sit-stay, and then they're going to go ahead and demonstrate the recall or the come-on command. You call Smokey in using his name in a friendly tone. He should get up, come in, and sit directly in front of you. And then we have an exercise called the finish, where he returns to heel position by heeling around the right side of you, around the back of you, returning to your left-hand side, sitting nicely. And they'll demonstrate that again. So you're going to leave him in a sit-stay and walk out to the end of the leash. Call him in using his name. Make sure when he comes in, he sits around the back to your left-hand side, sitting nicely. Very well done, Smokey. Good boy. When Smokey comes home, you want to make sure that you are practicing your commands both indoors as well as outdoors with him, so you're generalizing in both environments. And at first, it's just good advice to pick a nice quiet spot with little to no distractions. And once you start feeling comfortable working him through his commands and he's doing a good job, then start to incorporate some distractions into your training sessions. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the first of our down commands, and it's down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, but this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. Then give that stay command and walk out to the end of your leash once again. And as with the long down stay, he should remain laying down and should not break from this position. Another command that you're going to want to practice very often to help build up that ability to down stay. And again, start at around 30 seconds, and with Smokey's continued success with his down stay for 30 seconds, increase your intervals over time to work up to a total of 5 minutes for your long down stay. Fred's returning back. Again, all the way around in a counterclockwise motion. You just want to make sure that Smokey is once again on your left-hand side. We also recommend that when Smokey comes home, that you're setting aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work Smokey through his commands in a formal obedience training session, such as this video here. It's great practice for the both of you. And it's also very helpful with the transition back into the house and understanding his new rules. So Fred leaves him in a down stay, and this time they'll demonstrate that recall command from the down position.
Come, good boy, come.
Good boy. And of course, if he doesn't come right in, you tell him no, and you give a little tug and release towards you on the correction collar so that he's being led towards you for the come. And they have one last command to demonstrate for you, and that's our down from a distance. And for this command, you'll leave them in a sit-stay, walk out to the end of the training leash, and from the end of the leash, use your right hand to give the down command.
Down.
And he turns back. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Smokey has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Smokey, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.